Hello, Namrata. So, I'm Srinidhi Kalgate, and I am the communications manager at Project Management. This is our learning tool, and we would like to interview you for the for your experience. Can you introduce yourself?
So hello, I'm Namrata, and I'm doing project management at Keolis. It's been like 2.5 months since I started with the role full time, but before that, I was more into knowledge management and international collaboration as an intern. And yeah, I am from GEM as well, from the same program a year ago. Still am because I'm still working on my thesis.
Oh, that's good. Then you must have been working in project management field since like how long?
Yeah, so officially for 2.5 months now, but I have like a work experience of 2.5 years back in India, where it was more about software and again transportation. So yeah, in terms of managing projects, it's been quite a long journey, but a very managerial sector of it has started just 2.5 months ago officially.
So that's great. So I would be asking you a few questions. We have a learning tool for our aspirants, and we would like to share our knowledge with them regarding how it is about traditional and agile method of project management. So what's your understanding of this traditional PM method?
Personally, I just believe that traditional is, as in anything, it's like a very detailed and a planned way of doing something. Let's say that is what we call in the corporate world a work package. So the first time you get it, you analyze how long would it take for you to finish the work and how many people would you actually require to assign the task to and who is the right fit. And during this analysis, it's more like a pre-planning thing. You do that so and so time, you give it to planning and then execution and all the other steps. It's like a module that is ready for you and which is what you just follow in the longer journey.
Okay, that's cool. So have you used this tool during this period of project management as a project manager?
Not just during my period of not just my time as a project manager, but in general, yes, during my work period, yes, because there's always this thing that when I was working in software, when you receive a kind of work, you need to be very organized and planned about how things go for you. Sometimes it's just someone else doing it for you when you have a project manager, and when you are the project manager, you are the one doing it. So yes, personal experience, totally.
That's great. And what do you understand like about agile project management method?
Let's say it's more like a customized kind of a thing where you just in the longer run, as you start working, you decide on what is priority one, what is priority two, and what requires how much time. It's not something that you plan. Let's say I have task A, task B. It's not like I do task A and then once I finish task A, I'm going to task B, and so people will work on task A, so people will work on task B. So that is not how it goes. Agile, what I understand from Agile is more like, let's say we have set of tasks and we decide we work with one, and let's say the customers want something which is like immediate output from task two. Then you're like, okay, fine, task A can wait for a while because we have task two to work on, and then we see who is the right fit. And it's not just one person planning it for someone else. It's more like a combination of different team, because they can take the accountability for themselves because we are all professionals indeed.
Okay, that's great. So have you ever applied this in your daily life during the work?
Yes, because I work with a team of very team who are very diverse, and I'm working for a transportation company, so we have maintenance, operations, finance, and I'm very particularly working with the bid management projects. So let's say my role is more like bid management and project management. So every department has their own set of priorities and they contribute by themselves. It's not like you don't have to push someone to do or something, and it's just happened. I think yes, so on a daily basis I do experience that.
That's great. So what do you think, what's the difference between the traditional and agile method of project management?
Just like I told you now, I think it's something which is pre-planned and something which goes like you improvise as you work as agile, and something you decided you do it. So that is, I guess that is what it is.
Which method do you recommend the most for the project management as a beginners?
For the beginners, I'm not really sure which method to recommend, but I would say you need a mixed methodology for a better efficiency in the work you do or anything, because you cannot always keep improvising based on what you get. Sometimes you need some planning and organization. Let's say I have something to do and then I start with it, but in between maybe I can apply agile to it as well. Let's say
Right.
I follow a method first, but then I think no, maybe we can do this, that, I mean, in another way then. So the beginners, I would just say, start with something. Okay, to be very precise, if you have a very long-term project or something, it's like a very iterative process, you might just go with traditional, and agile is for something that's very ad hoc, or that keeps coming up or keeps changing, or the inputs keep changing.
Okay, so one last question. Do you think it is possible for the agile project management method to coexist with the traditional project management system?
Yeah,
And if
definitely, yes.
yes,
Yes.
yeah. So if yes,
So
how to do that? Like,
just like I just said, you begin with one of them, or mostly it's better you begin with the traditional way of doing it, because you have your idea of doing things planned. But depending on the priorities or your customer inputs, or let's say you start with the work and then you realize that your resources, one of your employees missing, then it's not like you can stop your work there. You can fill in that position with someone else. You can do something else. Maybe you can contribute something yourself. So that's how you improve. So yeah, they coexist. They should coexist.
yeah, so that's great. It was nice interviewing you, and our learners got to know a lot about traditional and agile methods.
I
So
hope
you
they
can
do.
even contact to the viewers. You can contact her on LinkedIn. And thank you so much, Namrata.
Thank you, Srinidhi.